as making our schools safer is greatly appreciated. As far as long lines are always long at the beginning of the school year, and I think in the end, everything's gonna go a lot smoother, and people are gonna understand, why everybody's doing what they're doing. The shuttle buses were running late, they usually do until they kind of get in the mode of doing things as far as going to the magnet schools. I know the Springfield to Brewer, they didn't get to school till 8:30 this morning. The reason I say that is I hope that they did not miss out on anything as far as talking in that first period about the safety. I also want to recognize Principals Brad Nichols and Chad Evans sitting back there. Thank y'all. Thank you for everything that you did as far as getting things going for the metal detectors and the clear bag policy. I cannot tell you all the good things that I've heard about it. It is really appreciated. I appreciate the fact that you made it happen. There was a lot of talk about being worried about metal detectors, how it's gonna slow everything down. People were against it because this is what it was gonna do, it put a damper on things. But I haven't heard any of that since it was implemented. So I appreciate the fact that even though all that was done, they worked this summer to get that going, and now it's a great policy. One of the reasons it worked out so well was because of communication. It was communicated through the district website, through social media, as well as the local newspaper. Signs were placed throughout the parking lot, so people knew before they got to the gates what to expect. Effective communication is the common key for anything to be successful. On February the 28th, Mr. Witt announced that the district was starting a Parent Safety Advisory Committee. That would consist of all the PTSO presidents. Dr. Johnson, you stated that the purpose of this group was so our parents had the voice that they said that they needed, and that everyone had a PTO, that you were open to suggestions, and this way everybody had a chance to get to the table and suggest their ideas. That idea of this committee is a good idea. However, the information was not communicated to parents through the schools, and most people didn't know anything about the committee. I attempted to put together a list of all of the contacts and post the information on Facebook in order to get the word out to parents. Unless it is effectively communicated, this committee is not gonna work. It is not gonna be utilized the way it is intended. I did communicate this concern with the committee representatives, but I wanted to communicate it with you all as well. Things are going in the right direction, but these reported ways for making our schools safer will not be successful if they are not implemented wholeheartedly. If you really want to encourage parent input, then this information should be communicated as much as school fundraisers are. Not only does this information have to be implemented wholeheartedly, but also accurately. On February 28th, Dr. Johnson reported that the district has a system where students can send anonymous bullying tips online, and that the district is looking at expanding it to include other concerns. Students can email guidance counselors about any concerns that they have regarding other students without having to go to the office. Mr. Witt, you stated that the only people who will know is the counselor, yourself, and the principal. The harassment, intimidation, or bullying policy listed in the Greenwood 50 Students' Right and Responsibilities states that reports by students or employees may be made anonymously. On June 12, 2006, the Safe School Climate Act was approved, requiring that all South Carolina school policies must include procedures for reporting acts of harassment, intimidation, or bullying, to include a provision for reporting anonymously. Having the ability to report these instances can prevent a dangerous situation. The link that I have been directed to by students and teachers to report bullying is on the Greenwood 50 website. The link takes you to Google Docs, and in order to get to this form, you must have a Greenwood 50 email address. Your email address is noted at the bottom of the form. It states your email address, and then in parentheses, it has your actual email address, which is your Greenwood 50 email, will be recorded when you submit this form. That is not anonymous. The first field on the form is student's first and last name. The second field is parent's first and last name. The fifth field is parent's phone number. These fields that identify the reporter are not optional and are marked with a red asterisk, meaning they must be filled out in order for you to submit the form. Upon submission of this form or an email, the student or employee does not remain anonymous. As the school year begins, I ask that our school district communicate wholeheartedly and accurately. And I ask all of you that are on our board to follow up with the information being communicated with you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate your comment.